So today we have a whole bunch of new computers to show you, except they're not really new. They're new to us, but they're old. You know what I mean. Actually, we got them today, and
we also have some stuff from the past weeks to show you guys.
So we have 3 laptops and I believe 2 desktops. The first laptop is
ThinkPad T23.
Yep. I remember having a ThinkPad T20 in the past, but that had power issues. I think I might have had a T23. I'm not sure though.
Moving the camera back.
It has some missing keys right there, as you can see. And pressing the power button with no power supply, it appears to turn on, but then it turns off. So I think it is a dead battery.
I'm going
to try plugging a power supply into it, but I can't seem to find a 16 volt that I have.
This camera's not level.
On the bottom, there are 512 megabytes of 133 megahertz RAM. There's also a Windows XP Professional code in the bottom. And that's more or less it on this laptop, so I'll move on to the next one. This one is actually not that exciting. It's kind of thick, as you can see.
And really flat face. So.
Yeah. So, it has Pentium 3M, made for Windows XP, and yeah, it's not the greatest. I plugged a power supply into it and it didn't turn on. So I mean, it just didn't. Well, you plug the power supply in, and the light on the bottom, the light down there would flash when you plugged it in, then it would just go immediately off, and the power button would do nothing. So I'm pretty sure maybe the power jack on the motherboard or something is screwed up, unfortunately. So, and it has 256 megabytes of 133 megahertz RAM on the bottom, and a Windows 2000 Professional code.
Oh my god.
I know, it's pretty amazing.
Got a gateway with something stuck in the lid. Probably shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna go get that.
Okay. So, this one has a missing E key. I don't really know if it... Oh, it does work actually. Although it's nothing really exciting when you turn it on because the monitor is dead. I hooked up to the external monitor, which is now being used to install Windows XP on a computer. But I use an external monitor, it worked fine. It has like Linux installed or something like that on it. So it's really nothing very interesting. But Pentium 4M, by the way, designed for Windows XP.
No,
but wait. Unfortunately, Windows 2000 Professional code. Great. This one has 256 megabytes of DDR memory, so that's a little bit better than the other ones. The battery appears to not work at all. It doesn't do anything. Anyways. So I believe that's pretty much it for this laptop. I'm going to try to take it apart sooner or later, see if I can fix the broken monitor issue.
Next up we have a couple desktops at least. None of which we've really tested. Right here we've got... Oh, never mind. Okay, fine.
Right here we have a... What is it called?
I believe it is...
It's a gateway, right?
Gateway E-Series.
Gateway E-Series. That's right. That's right.
This one is a FLEX ATX SKHESX E4000 P04. So you can just call it a Gateway E4000.
I suppose.
So it's got a Pentium 4 2.4 gigahertz in it. I just put I think 500 megabytes of DDR RAM in it. Not sure if it works or not though.
It has an AGP slot, which is pretty cool.
Which is small
Not
form
necessary
factor.
because it has the VGA right there.
Yeah.
On board.
Funky small power supply. No hard drive in it, unfortunately. CD drive that I found near the computer. I think it went inside it, but I'm not entirely sure. So a floppy drive under there.
Amazing.
And there's space in the front here for I think a zip drive or something.
I'll block it
the
off,
hard
though.
drive goes on top of here, but yeah, I think there was a zip drive in there.
Oh, and by the way, the last Gateway laptop I showed you had a 20 gigabyte hard drive, and the iGame ThinkPad T23 had a 12 gigabyte hard.
That's it for this guy, I guess. The next one.
The next one is a little bit cooler.
It's actually also a Gateway E series, but it's a full.
Oh, we're getting a lot of gateways.
Yeah. Gateway E series. It had a Pentium 4 LGA 775 in it. Floppy drive slot. On the inside, it takes an LGA 775 Pentium 4. Got 4 DDR2 RAM slots.
PCI Express slot.
I can't really find the model number of this motherboard, unfortunately. I mean, there are lots of numbers. Whenever I looked them up, I always find the wrong motherboard. I found something that is LGA 775, but completely different.
Anyways, no hard drive in it, as usual.
This thing's model number is E4300, so it's just basically the same model number as the other one, except with 300 on the end, I guess, instead of 4000. It's 4300.
And what's that code in the back? XP Professional?
Yep.
Cool.
XP Professional.
We have a CPU fin that I think will work. The problem is the one on the motherboard right there has screw holes for it, and this design, which is like the only design I have, has no screws. So what I'm going,
one heatsink.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to have to do is take this motherboard out and take the mounts out below it, and hopefully the mounts are removable. And if they are, I can pop this thing in. So that'll work. So the last thing we got today. Focus. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. The last thing we have today is this Dell monitor. It looks like it's at least 19 inches. It's not huge, but it looks pretty good. Try to find the model number. April 2005. 1704 FPV lowercase s. So, most of the time, I'm very disappointed when I get monitors because they almost never work. However, this one has made me happy. And I just realized that it actually has USB ports on it. 4 of them. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the side. So that's pretty awesome. It's not doing anything. Power button. Bam! Oh yeah, it actually works. So I might use this thing for my own. Actually, I'm not going to because I don't need it. I have a few other monitors that I'm using, but yeah. So it works. I might just sell it. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but it's a nice monitor. I need to test it a little bit more before I sell it. I'm planning on doing that.
So we also got a clamshell iBook thing last week. It's kind of dusty in an oldish condition, and I really haven't even tested it out yet. I'm really not even excited about whether or not it works. It's going to be really old.
We've had it for like 2 weeks. They haven't even touched it in terms of turning it on.
Yeah, it's been sitting on the table for the last week or two. So yeah, that's that.
The problem I'm going to have with that is clearing the hard drive on it. Since the Mac is kind of hard to get into. It's a Gateway 500 SE. So, in terms of specs, I wrote on my card up there, only 256 megabytes of DDR266. I'm going to increase that. 1.6 gigahertz Pentium 4, 20 gigabyte hard drive, needs XP installation since I couldn't find the CD, and I wrote needs dust job on it. I had brought it into the house and air compressed it out, which was really fun, by the way.
Oh yeah, really fun.
So all I need to do is install XP, the hard drive's wiped and everything. That is a XP home code on the bottom of it, but it's not.
It probably won't sell though. Oh my god.
Just today, this CD, Gateway XP Professional, found this inside one of those laptops I had. I showed you earlier. Just today, actually. Anyways, that's it for this week.